Good evening and Falsha. Welcome to the St. Andrew's Society of Pittsburgh virtual Ceilidh. 2020 has been a tough year for all of us. There's been no Tartan Day, no picnic, no Ligonier Highland Games, no St. Andrew's dinner, and now with the spike, no Hogmanay and no Burns night either. But our Scottish spirit will get us through till we meet again in person. This year the board has been busy. We've been meeting monthly via Zoom. With no fundraisers, we still gave all our scholarships. When the Ohio Scottish Art School closed, we put on our own workshop here, socially distanced and with masks, at a local church. Teachers have been teaching via Zoom, and we've presented virtual programs at libraries with a grant by the art societies, virtual programs on Scottish subjects. When we put on our virtual genealogy workshop with the Heinz History Centre, 150 people could tune in with genealogists from Britain. Earlier this month, we joined with the Scottish Nationality Room at Pitt to put on a Scottish programme, and we financially supported the Balmoral Classic last week. We've continued to let you know, Terry Perry's been doing a great job, letting you know of internet events and programs, and we've been continuing to send the Thistle magazine to members. So we've been there for our members through the year. I'd ask you please remember to renew. We really need our membership and we value our membership. As many of you are hunkered down, in place of the St. Andrew's dinner this year, we've put on this Ceilidh for you. And I'd like to dedicate the Ceilidh to all the teachers of Scottish arts. Dance teachers, pipe teachers, fiddle teachers, everyone who's teaching the Scottish arts to keep our traditions alive. Bless you all. You do it for very little in return except for the love of our traditions. Tonight we're going to have champion Highland dancers, world champion bagpipers, a former Scottish national fiddle champion from the US. We're going to have former national mod gold medalist from Scotland, Celtic harpers, groups The Road to the Isles and Forth River Bridge to encourage you to sing along. So get some munches and maybe a wee dram and sit back and enjoy. We're going to begin with some Highland dancing. When COVID cancelled all the dance competitions around the world, dancers were encouraged to make videos and share them. Katie Dillon dances, she's a teacher in Elkins, West Virginia. She learned her Highland dancing here in Pittsburgh from a pupil of Sarah Jean Thompson's. She was jealous of the dancers in Scotland who could dance in front of ancient castles, but I think her dancers did one better, right here in our own backyard of the Tigert Valley River, where they created an interesting hornpipe. Evelyn Ann Bennett and Molly LeMasters are both premier dancers. Evelyn Ann has won the Southeast Region Championship, Molly has won first runner-up, and they've both represented the Southeast Region and the National Championships, the USIR, for several years now. And this year, Evelyn Ann was selected from dancers around the world to perform at the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo. So from the hills of West Virginia, let's enjoy their hornpipe in the hills. how's that for starting with a splash? And next we have Gabrielle Peeler, Elias Peeler, Daisy Stemple with Molly Lemasters dancing with Strathspey and Highland Reel. Several years ago, a champion bagpiper came over from Northern Ireland. Alistair Murray played with the St Lawrence O'Toole Pipe Band, Grade 1 champions at the World Championships in Glasgow. His solo prizes include a whole number of prizes in the last couple of years. First place in Pibroch at the American Championship in Alma, the North American Pibroch champion at the Glengarry Highland Games, gold medal at Ligonier Highland Games. He also won the Winter Storm silver medal Pibroch competition and the Canadian Pibroch Society gold medal. Enjoy Alistair Murray's medley. Thank you, Alistair, that was great. And now for some Scottish songs. Sue Borowski is a multi-talented performer who sings, plays fiddle and tin whistle. I'll let Sue introduce her own numbers.
When Paul asked me to be part of this virtual Ceilidh, I was thrilled. The first song is called Farewell to Tarwathie, and it's attributed to George Scroggie near Aberdeen in 1850. Now, the second song I'm going to play for you is called The Mist-Covered Mountains of Home. After I make you sad with that song, I'm going to cheer you up with a Scottish jig, and it's called The Feet Washing.
Thank you, Sue. That was excellent. And now some of you may remember from our last in-person event, our Burns Supper back in January, we were entertained by a young fiddler, Brianna Cobby. She is one of our scholarship recipients, a junior at North Allegheny, and takes Scottish fiddle lessons from Ed Pullman. We have quite a name in this area for Scottish fiddling. Two of our scholarship recipients have gone on to win the US National Scottish Fiddle Championship. Who knows, we may be looking at a future third. Just 2 months ago, Brianna placed second in the junior division of the US National Scottish Fiddle Competition. Tonight she's going to play an air, Nathaniel Gow's Lament on the Death of His Brother, followed by a March Strathspey and Reel set, the March Lochaber Gathering, the Strathspey Highland Whisky, and the Reel Calverley Fiddler Welcome to Shetland. Brianna Cobby. Melanie Sandrock has created a wonderful harp school at Ringgold. Her harpers have received society scholarships, which they often use to attend the Ohio Scottish Arts Workshops. When they were all cancelled this year for COVID, Melanie didn't want her students to miss out, so she put on a workshop here at a local church where there could be social distancing and masks, and the society paid for the 2 teachers to come and teach. As you can see, we've been active during this challenging year. So sit back and enjoy the Ringgold Harpers at their harp workshop.
Okay, now we have the Sarah Trio going to share a tune. And it's Sarah Mack, Sarah Middlemas, and Sarah Ursa. Now at school, at the middle school, I get to say Sarah squared. But then on Mondays, it's Sarah cubed. Please enjoy.
Society member George Balderos teaches bagpipes. He also runs the Balmoral Pipe Band, puts on educational programs for schools throughout Pennsylvania. He presents the Balmoral Classic and the United States Junior Bagpiping and Drumming Competition right here in Pittsburgh. He organized the Alastair Fraser Fiddle Concert last week, and he runs bagpiping and drumming workshops across the United States. In his spare time, he plays the small pipes with The Road to the Isles, along with Oliver Brown on fiddle, Richard Hughes on recorder, and tonight Glenna Van Dyke on small pipes. Enjoy their lowland set, John Anderson, My Joe, Mount Your Baggage, and Go to Berwick, Johnny. Many of you know Katie Gennaro of Monroeville, an 8th grader at Gateway. She's a Society Scholarship recipient who's won her way to the USIR, the National Highland Dance Championships, the past 4 years. Katie's going to dance some Jacobite Highland dances. The Jacobites had no uniform except for their woolen blue bonnets. Our national dance, the Blue Bonnets, is named for them. It's a flirtation dance, a young lass dancing to catch the eye of one of the blue bonnets. Here's Katie Gennaro dancing the Blue Bonnets. When Bonnie Prince Charlie was on the run after Culloden, Flora MacDonald helped him ferry him across the water to Skye, to Kingsborough House, her home. But Kingsborough House was full of royal officers, so they had to distract them while they smuggled Bonnie Prince Charlie to safety. Flora MacDonald did that by dancing. Here's Katie Gennaro dancing Flora MacDonald's Fancy. After Culloden, the bagpipes were banned as instruments of war, virtually outlawed. So Highland dancers had to rely on push de beal. Push de beal, literally music of the mouth, was used for working songs for many, many years. Rhythmic chanting to which workers could work, and now it would be used for Highland dancing. Here's Katie Gennaro dancing the Highland Fling to Portia Beale. Two years after I came to Pittsburgh, my sister won the Scottish National Award for Gaelic singing. She's going to sing a couple of songs for us this evening. Her first will be well known to many of you as Pullin Bracken. It's often played in fast tempo, upbeat, but it's really a melancholy song with a story behind it. Once a year, the Celtic New Year, Samhain, fairies can leave their conical homes and come out for one day to take a human lover. Our fairy is sitting on the hillock that's her home, surrounded by bracken. She's waiting for her human lover, wondering if he's going to show up while she's pulling the bracken. Tamisi smilon heen, puanaranich buanaranich. I'm tired and I'm alone, pulling bracken, pulling bracken. Enjoy the fairy glens of Skye with its conical fairy homes as we listen to Tamiski.
Tamiski, smilomin, buoneranich, buoneranich. Tamiski, smilomin, buoneranich, dünnan. Koelen damen, breien damen, koelen damen, boig. Koelen damen, breien damen, ole lamonar. Amiski, smilomin, buoneranich, buoneranich. Amiski, smilomin, buoneranich, dünnan. Ach, nur ich me uchin, nuasem bialich, gura min nach biski, skul machrie korum. Koelen damen, breien damen, koelen damen, boig. Koelen damen, breien damen, ole lamonar. Amiski, smilomin, buoneranich, buoneranich. Amiski, smilomin, buoneranich, dünnan.
Sandra's next song, Chian an Och, the land of eternal youth, is our Celtic afterlife, where wounds and aging are healed, no more struggles, no more sadness, a land of beauty and peace, far off to the west. After death, the Celtic soul would wait on the shore for the white barge to come and carry the elect across the great sea to the land of eternal youth. Ciananoch.
Garnen taun gut Raum en nul en scherm am kuisch goglod. Dan am jon gefault is boren, schierig nuus let jo. Stugat lagunt am vurig, schigen vuen gamlion. Stugat eikje chim av luder, ut hier Vas nobrian chavion ad oin hiruin le foil sero. Sagirot valias kachenish, ribnes nas naniol. Rildan
Those of you who visited Skye will remember the Cuillins, that mountain range that forms the backbone to the island. Did you know the Cuillins were named for an Irish warrior giant, Cuchulainn? He came to Scotland to learn how to fight, and he learned everything he knew from our Scottish warrior giant, Scattock. And Scattock had a torrid love affair with him. Yes, she, our Scottish warrior giant was a she, was broken-hearted when Cuchulainn went back to his own people. She looked out on the mountains and thought she saw the outline of his body, so she named them the Cuillins. Melinda Crawford is a professor of music at Westminster College. She's also a former United States national Scottish fiddling champion, and she's going to play a Skye set for us. Melinda Crawford.
Hi, I'm Melinda Crawford on Scottish fiddle, and I'm going to play a set of tunes for you about the Isle of Skye. They're actually both my tunes. The first one is called Elgol, which is named after a very small village on the western side of Skye. You go into Elgol, you have a great view of the Cuillin Mountains, especially if it's not actively raining at the time. Otherwise, you get a great view of clouds around the tips of the Cuillins. It's a beautiful place, very evocative, with the water and the mountains in the background. And then from there, back to sort of the theme about the Cuillins, is a slow reel called The Other Side of the Cuillins, sort of taking my inspiration from Ceilidh MacLean's poem, The Other Side of Sorrow. So.
Next we have one of the Ringgold harpers who's often played for us at our events. She's one of the Sarah trio you heard earlier, Sarah Middlemiss. She's going to play a couple of pieces from the Ringgold Harp Workshop concert. Sarah Middlemiss. Andrew Carlisle is Professor of Music and Director of Piping at Carnegie Mellon University, the only university in the States to offer a bagpipe major. That program was started by one of our founding members, Jimmy McIntosh. Andrew is a 9 times world champion piper, and when there isn't a pandemic on, he's in constant demand throughout the world as a performer, a teacher, and an adjudicator. Andrew's going to play a March, Strathspey and reel set on the Highland bagpipes. Thank you, Andrew. We'll hear Andrew again later. Now we're going to give you a chance to sing along as our own Fiona McGrath joins Keith Cochran on accordion as Forth River Bridge to bring you a couple of favourites, Westering Home and Mary's Wedding. Forth River Bridge with Fiona McGrath.
Hello, and thank you, Paul. As Paul said, this is Keith and I'm Fiona, and together we're Forth River Bridge. And today we're going to be taking you to a short trip to Scotland in our music. We'll have a welcoming song, and then we'll go to a wedding, and later on in the program we'll be back with a closing song, which I'm sure you'll know them all. But we have the words to all the choruses, and they'll appear on your screen, and we hope you'll be singing along no matter where you are. So let's start things off with Westering Home. And it's Westering home with the song in the air, light in my eye and it's goodbye to care, laughter, oh love, and a welcoming there of my heart, my own land. Tell me the tales of the Orient gay, speak of the riches that come from cafe. Oh, but it's grand to be waking at day and find myself nearer to life. And it's welcome, a song in the air, light in the eye, and goodbye to care, laughter, oh love, and a welcoming there, Isle of my heart, my own land. Where are the folks like the folks of the West, canty and coothy and kindly are best? There I would be and there I would rest, and home with my own folk in Isle. And it's Westering home, a song in the air, light in the eye and goodbye to care, laughter, oh love, and a welcoming there, Isle of my heart, my own land. And it's Westering home, a song in the air, light in the eye and goodbye to care, laughter, oh love, and a welcoming there, Isle of my heart, my own land. Well, that was a bit of fun. Now, as promised, we're going to a wedding. A lot of folks recognize this as the Lewis Bridal Song, but in Western Pennsylvania, we know it as Mary's Wedding. Step we gaily on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and raw, off for Mary's wedding. Step we gaily on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, arm in arm and raw.
Thank you, Forth River Bridge. Palmer Schonk grew up in Ligonier, began learning the pipes at 10. He played with the Balmoral Highlanders pipe band under the leadership of Jimmy and Joyce McIntosh. And then he went on to play with one of the top pipe bands in North America, the Grade 1 Toronto Police Pipe Band. He competed with them in the Grade 1 finals at the World Pipe Band Championships in Glasgow. Palmer's been Director of Piping at the College of Worcester since 2017 and currently competes in the professional ranks of the EUSPBA, the Eastern United States Pipe Band Association. Palmer also organises our Pittsburgh Pipers Nights. He's going to play a medley of tunes on the Scottish small pipes that were made right here in Westmoreland County by Robert Felsberg. I bet many of you didn't know we had a bagpipe maker here in Pennsylvania. So let's enjoy the 6/8 March hornpipe and jig medley from Palmer Schonk.
Hi everyone, my name is Palmer. Thanks for having me here. I'm going to play some 6/8 marches, and then I'll go into hornpipe and some jigs.
Now for another of our Ringgold harpers, Regan Allen is a senior and a scholarship recipient who's often played at our events. It's been fun to watch Regan progress over the years to the accomplished performer she is today. She's going to play a classical piece that she played at the Ringgold Harp Workshop concert, Debussy's Clair de Lune by Regan Allen. we go to Melinda Crawford's second set, I need to explain what a selkie is. The Celts were close to nature. Many clan crests feature an animal or a bird, and many legends tell of creatures that could switch from being animal to human. Wikipedia says a selkie is a mythical creature that can change between being human or seal simply by shedding or donning its coat. But of course, selkies aren't mythical to the folk of the Western Isles, probably not to Melinda's girls either. Here's Melinda with her Selkie Sisters set.
Hi, I'm Melinda Crawford on Scottish fiddle, and I'm going to play a selection of 3 tunes for you right now. The first one's a jig called the Selkie Sisters, and I named it after my 2 little girls who have a very clear and very strong affinity to water. The next tune is called Breaking Morn, and that goes into a very, very old tune called The Old Woman Would.
Now 3 more of our former scholarship recipients. Society member Brittany Manet with Andrew and Sarah Hoffman. During the clearances, whole villages left Scotland, taking their songs and dances with them, scattered all over the world. Sometimes dances were lost to Scotland for many, many years. This dance came back all the way from British Columbia. It's a threesome, the shepherd's crook, and the dance tells a story. Sheep wander into the most inaccessible crevices, holes, on cliff ledges, hence the shepherd needs a crook to hoist them out. In this dance, every movement depicts an action. You'll see our shepherd, Andrew, raise his arm while the dancers dance under. That's the sheep, Brittany and Sarah, getting hooked by the crook and hoisted to safety. Andrew, Sarah and Brittany dancing the shepherd's crook. Highland dancing has always been a living art. Dances celebrate an event or tell a story. In choreography competitions today, Highland dancers write and perform their own dances. 2 years ago, in an open choreography competition, open to dancers around the world, Katie placed third, the highest placing outside of Scotland. And now Katie Gennaro is going to dance one of her own compositions, The Hills of Argyll. Last year, Andrew Carlisle taught at the Balmoral School, where he demonstrated his mastery of the pipes in the instructor's performance. As we approach the end of our Ceilidh, prepare to be amazed by this selection of snappy reels. Andrew Carlisle. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Ceilidh. Special thanks to those who helped put it together. Thanks to all who shared their talents, many being teachers to whom the Ceilidh is dedicated. And thank you all for watching. If you'd like to find out more about the St. Andrew's Society of Pittsburgh, please go to our website, www.standrewspittsburgh.org. If you're already a member, please renew and take advantage of the discount before year end. We're all hoping to get back together again in person as soon as possible. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and Slàinte. Now let's join Fiona and Fourth Ridge to close our program with Will Ye No Come Back Again?
Well, here we are again to close the program out. We're sure you've had a wonderful time spending time with all the folks who have presented on this program today. And we ask you now to join in our final song, Will You No Come Back Again? Bonnie Charlie's now thanks again for listening in tonight. We really enjoyed ourselves.
We did.
Until we're all back together again.
Shwanta.
Shwanta.